So, Frank, I thought what I'd do is here's some genuine ideas that we had sent in the last few months.
Okay, I should say we've got about 3 minutes left, so I'm looking forward to these.
So I built it up too much in that case. No. Because it's a reasonable list, but it's nothing great.
That's a pitch. That's a good pitch. Well, maybe I'll reject it. It was unsolicited after all. Carry on.
It's technically you asked me. So here we are. Someone pitched us. Could we do 8 out of 10 does countdown a show? So someone pitched us and wrote an email saying it's fine, but why don't you just come up with a show that's just the maths bit of countdown? So that would be a show which we've rejected.
Good
honestly,
idea.
Maybe for BBC
Might work for us.
4. BBC 4. Okay, good. Someone suggested let's talk about the events of the day, but in a less combative way than the news programmes do. So we'll have people dressed in Victorian dress discussing gently issues of the day, and it's called Convivial Pursuits.
Brilliant.
I'm genuinely, Stuart, I think you were joking, said brilliant, but we can talk about that. I think,
No, sorry. Brilliant means shit. Sorry.
Got it. Interesting. Richard Osman, who may or may not be here, but he had this is maybe too much personal information about him, but he had his ventilation system looked at in his flat. I'm not going to say any more than that. But this guy came in and said, look, Richard, have you worked out how much energy you would save by having a ventilation system fixed? And he said, no. And he said, well, you'd be amazed at the amount of people that don't realise that, how much they could save. I've often thought there could be a really good panel show which looked at ventilation systems. And he said, if you ask people what percentage of homes would benefit from an air ventilation system but don't have one, always the wrong answer. Always the wrong answer. So Richard said interesting or, whatever. And the next day, this guy wrote it up and sent it to him. They always come with a legal disclaimer. So here was one that I got. This is word for word what the email said. I have an idea for a reality show. Stop. It would be 52 shows. Stop. It would appeal to all age groups. Stop. It involves cousins. Frank, I give you, Is My Baby Too High Tech? Was another one. A show where a man and a woman travel around the world without touching the ground with their feet.
That's flight. That's
The Lion's Lair, that's like Dragon's Den, but it's got Mark Lamar, Sean Locke, and Frankie Boyle tearing into inventors. It's like Dragon's Den, but nastier. And then finally, I'll give you, this is a letter sent to me. This is about as far away as you can get from my name without being that far. Dear Tim Haynes. sort of, what if you could combine Big Brother and Pop Idol? You would have the biggest show in the world. Can you afford not to get in touch? with the name underneath, and then at the end, my lawyers are watching.
Brilliant.
Literally, they would be the only people who would be.